What is resistance? Resistance, could it be this meaning that holds within the mind the need for a belief? Many perspectives by now must have come up for re-examination and for release. Perhaps in its entirety, the meaning of belief has lost the intensity of seriousness that once has rigidly formed to imprison with such expectations. Welcome. I'm so glad that you can join me here today. 325, pages 770 and 71. And congratulations for making it through the 282nd lesson. And I am glad to see you back from your 2 days off, for taking those 2 days off to recalibrate rather, and make notes and review. So here we go today. This is a course in metaphysical spirituality, and this book is called The Sovereign Light, named after my ministry. And my name is Reverend Maria Arvanitidis. How do you do? And this point again on what is resistance. So I used to say, have no expectations at all, rather than perhaps the minor ones or the very minute ones that you place on yourself for indices of improvement and where you're at, to only compare those things in the movement of excellence when you're excelling, and to help you through to see that every moment deserves a celebration of achievement, no matter how large or how small, every step of the way that is acknowledged and taken in. And so rather than have expectations and pressure, the pressure of these things on other people, why not rather imprint on them the best versions of themselves and see them in that light, and have no expectations to impose or pressure, imprint, impress upon in that kind of way, because that just brings a level of disappointments, unsatisfactions, and misunderstandings in anywhere that we engage and relate with others. That we mustn't put these pressures of expectations on them. Expect for nothing and see all the surprises of the unexpected when you imprint on them rather the best versions of themselves, the way you see them. You see? And expect nothing in return, especially to depend on them like a codependent relationship. It turns out like it's no better than that. Only use expectation to excel within yourself, and don't be so hard on yourself with those things. Anyway, let's continue on and work through those shadows, shall we? I can leave the loop of the egoic program when I can face and work through my resistance. I go inside, gain clarity with my divine source energy, and then take action. So this is the mantra for this lesson. I can leave the loop of the egoic program when I can face and work through my resistance. I go inside, gain clarity with my divine source energy, and then take action. Take another deep breath in. Whew. I can leave the loop of the egoic program, when I can face and work through my resistance, I go inside, gain clarity with my divine source energy, and take action. Take another deep breath in. Whew. And it's up to you to find that inner peace, inner calmness, inner stillness through breathing by now, and center and ground and receive. Be open now, here, present, 100%. The triggering of a reaction will cause the self to polarize by it, and until the self is satisfied enough from this experience, the enticement will play out again for it. So today, do not give up the space nor ownership of self. Instead of taking a step back, stay calm and centered, and by remaining grounded, the desire to suppress or become suppressed is the resistance that must be let go of. In this level, the experience of stepping back will cause the disrespect, and by the self-allowing, the invasion will spring back and then forward to fight back. The stepping back will not be seen or taken as politeness. Instead, it will be taken for granted to completely overtake its space and ownership, and in this way of itself from that which it does not desire. Page 771. I can leave the loop of the egoic program when I can face and work through my resistance. I go inside, gain clarity with my divine source energy, and then take action. This kind of confrontation can go to extreme that always ends with a winner taking over and the loser being taken over by, becoming non-existent. Be present and aware with the activity at hand. Just choose not to engage with it. The chaotic energy will have nothing to feed upon and have very little the effect upon the nervous system. This state was discussed before, and by allowing the parasympathetic to come back online, the flight or fight reaction will be disengaged. So go ahead and practice throughout the day to check in with the self and feel where the resistance might be causing stress. The mind will not always be able to make any sense of it. And without for any thoughts to indicate the reason, emotions will come up. Anger, upset, judgment about others, and the self, those are the parts that cause resistance. So feel out the day and its events that might have been pushed down, these frequencies, and face them. Are they still active from within? Because otherwise the self would just be observing it and see it as a valid choice. Where is it that the same frequencies as the outer ones play out the same as that of the self. Moving on to page 772. I can leave the loop of the egoic program when I can face and work through my resistance. I go inside, gain clarity with my divine source energy, and then take action. Where is it that it judges and that of it in its own life to belittle of the self or others? These are the insecurities that could be plaguing self with fear. The calming effect will give the self distinction, and from the chaos, as it be, the I within the storm, the peace will also be projected outward, and from within, the sacred heart upward to connect the mind with. So take a moment and just relax. Notice your breathing. How trusting in this moment are you breathing? Feel the indices. Leverage where you're at and how you feel in this moment. Be still and centered. And the NEURO pathways will clear right through the nervous system, and that the energy will not affect for anything. When the emotion comes up, just feel it. And it will not last for very long, as it makes its presence on the way out. Today, give the internal space to create new collective thought processes and new emotional expressions. Make it the opportunity to forge new pathways and archetypical patterns for thyself. The purpose of resistance is to learn to shift out and of that similar vibrational level that causes it by focusing on creating something else with that energy. I can leave the loop of the egoic program when I can face and work through my resistance. I go inside, gain clarity with my divine source energy, and then take action. I can leave the loop of the egoic program when I can face and work through my resistance. I go inside, gain clarity with my divine source energy, and then take action. I can leave the loop of the egoic program when I can face and work through my resistance. I go inside, gain clarity with my divine source energy, and then take action. I can leave the loop of the egoic program when I can face and work through my resistance. I go inside, gain clarity with my divine source energy, and then take action.